How many times can you double your money? This is the topic of today's video. Hello and welcome. My name is Peter B and I welcome you here at My First Million, where we are achieving our financial goals together. Yes, in today's video, as said in the introduction, we are going to try to find out how many times can you be doubling your money. And I hope you're familiar with the rule of 72. The rule of 72 is basically saying, depending on a specific rate of return, how long you need to double your money. So for me, I usually consider that I can generate maybe 7 to 8% annually on my invested money. So everything that I can put into investments, I can generate 7 to 8%. And if I keep this investment compounding, this means within around 10 years, I am able to double my money that I have invested. So the more that I save now and can invest now, the more money I will generate later through the compounding effect. So let's take a look at one graph. How many doubles do you still have? And I'll take myself as an example. How many doubles do I have? Take a look here. So let's say this is today. So the question is, what is your life expectancy? And how old are you currently? So I'm already in my mid-30s and I hope that I can live until my late 80s, mid to late 80s. So this is a similar age that my grandparents, all of my grandparents, were fortunate to have. So this means I have an additional 50 years. So if you take a look today, as said, with 7 to 8%, I should be able to doubling my money every 10 years. So today, 10 years later, 20 years later, 30, 40, 50s. So I will be around this one here. Or in other terms, I should be able to go through 5 doubles. So if you're younger than me and if you are expecting to live longer, maybe you'll have more than 5 doubles. If you're maybe already a little bit older, then maybe you have a little bit less than 5 doubles. But this table is basically showing how many doubles you still have. But what's the factor of the money? So if you have a certain amount of money, 1x today, so 10 years later, how much more do you have? It's 2x, right? So 2 times more, because you double your money in 10 years. But then 20 years later, how much money you will have in 20 years? It's 4 times your money. Why 4 times? Because you have a first double from 0 to 10, and now a second double, the 2x is doubling again to 4. And then 30 years will be 8x, so 2 times 4, then 2 times 8 will be 16. 2 times 16 is 32. 2 times 32 are 64. 2 times 64 are 128. 128 times 2 are 256. And then 90 years would be 512. And finally, after 100 years, you will have 1,024 times more. So at the beginning, it looks like in 10 years, you only go through 10 doubles. But then you can see here, in this column here, the compounding effect really happening. It's starting very small, but then it's picking up faster and faster. So after 100 years, you have 10 doubles. But this means your initial amount will be able to over 1,000 times more than what you have. So in my example, I expect 5 more doubles. So I can totally have 32 times more. So every dollar that I'm saving now, so if I save $1 now and can put it towards investment, in 50 years, I should be able to have $32 more. Let's say I'm able to save $1,000 more. Let's say I'm trying to be more frugal this year and save an additional $1,000 this year. This means at 50 years later, I will have $32,000 more. So this table here is really showing how powerful the compounding effect is over time. So for me, every spending that I can save, every additional earnings that I can bring in, that then in the end can increase my savings, and those savings I can put into investments will have a factor of 32 times. And I can apply this 32 times basically on everything. If I want to buy one coffee now, if I don't buy it now, at 85 years old, I can potentially buy 32 coffees for the money that I have saved. If I am planning to travel and stay one night out, but then I decide to cancel the travel and save the money, then at 85 years old, I should be able to stay out for the money that I have saved 32 nights outside in the same class of hotel. Of course, this is all a bit of a theory, and of course I'm not saying you shouldn't enjoy your life anymore. That's of course not what I'm saying. But be very careful where your money is flowing. Also try to earn more. If you can earn an additional $200 each weekend by hustling, then for me, this $200 additional dollars just from additional earning from one weekend will be $6,400 when I'm in my mid-80s. So, were you able to identify your factor? How many times can you double your money? And then, what's your factor that you can apply to? So for me, it's 32 times. Everything will be 32 times. What is it for you? Please share with me in the comments below. Thanks a lot for joining me today. I look forward to seeing you in the next video, and especially I look forward to seeing you winning financially.